Welcome to Greece. Imagine a Greece where the light feels ancient, a land where the Aegean shimmers like polished crystal and villages spill down cliffs as if gravity were only a suggestion. Here, every breeze seems to carry a memory, weaving through olive groves, temple ruins, and quiet alleyways shaped by thousands of years. Mountains rise like old storytellers, islands glow beneath the sun, and the sea draws a perfect line between myth and reality. But before we go any further, let me ask you a question that reveals how deeply you know this country. Which Greek village is famously called the balcony of Mount Parnassus? Leave your guess below. Across Greece, some villages cling to volcanic craters, creating amphitheaters of whitewashed homes suspended above endless blue. Others are older than most nations, places where life has continued, uninterrupted, for over 3 millennia. Walk through them, and you feel time loosen. History becomes a presence, not a memory. Because Greece is not simply a place on the map, it is a living archive of civilizations, languages, and legends. Each island, each mountain road, each stone pathway holds a story waiting to surface. And navigating all of this beauty and depth can feel overwhelming, even for seasoned travelers. That is where this guide becomes essential. Today, with Chora, we'll explore Greece's most compelling locations, places where nature and cultural heritage intertwine with a level of depth few destinations offer. Stay with me until the very end, because the final village I'll reveal possesses a stillness so profound it feels untouched by the modern world. Nafplio town. Nafplio, a jewel of the northern Peloponnese, stands among Greece's most captivating seaside towns, an elegant blend of harbor charm and centuries-old heritage. Shaped by Greek, Venetian, and Ottoman influences, it once held the honor of being the first capital of modern Greece, a history still etched into its streets. Neoclassical mansions, flower-lined alleys, and the imposing Palamidi fortress rising above the bay give the town its unmistakable character. With mild winters and luminous Mediterranean summers, Nafplio offers year-round appeal for wanderers and sun-seekers alike. Visitors can explore Bortzi Castle, a tiny sea-guarding fortress that seems to float just offshore like a sentinel of another age. A leisurely walk along the waterfront promenade reveals sweeping views of the Argolic Gulf, where the sea shifts from sapphire to silver under the changing light. In Nafplio, history and contemporary life blend seamlessly, whether you're tracing ancient footsteps or settling into the relaxed rhythm of its cafe-lined streets. Monemvasia town. Monemvasia town emerges like a secret carved into stone, an ancient stronghold perched on its own island, joined to the Peloponnese by a single, slender causeway. Founded in the 6th century, this fortress city carries the imprint of Byzantine emperors, Venetian merchants, and Ottoman rulers, each era layering new stories across its fortified walls. Wandering through its gates feels like crossing a threshold in time, where domed churches, vaulted alleys, and weathered stone mansions preserve the elegance of a vanished world. Pressed against towering cliffs, the town opens onto sweeping views of the Aegean, where the horizon blurs into shimmering shades of blue. Its Mediterranean climate, soft winters and radiant summers, casts an ever-changing light that transforms Monemvasia from mysterious to majestic. Travelers can explore sacred ruins, visit the cliff-top 12th century Hagia Sophia, or settle into seaside tavernas where waves echo against ancient rock. Ascending the old fortress path reveals panoramas that make the entire island feel like a natural crown set upon the sea. Here, history isn't merely preserved, it breathes through every archway, every cobblestone, every whisper of wind around the cliffs. Monemvasia offers more than a journey. It offers a rare sensation of stepping into a world suspended between myth and memory. Agios Nikolaos town. Gazing out over the serene, glass-like waters of Mirabello Bay, Agios Nikolaos town rests on Crete's northeastern coast with the quiet elegance of a seaside retreat shaped by centuries of history. Its streets and waterfront squares reveal a cultural mosaic influenced by Greek, Venetian, and Ottoman legacies, visible in both its architecture and enduring traditions. At the town's heart lies Lake Vulismeni, an impossibly deep, ink-blue basin connected to the sea, framed by cliffside cafes and tavernas that glow warmly in the evening light. Blessed with a Mediterranean climate of radiant summers and gentle winters, Agios Nikolaos welcomes visitors throughout the year. Travelers can sail across the bay to the haunting island of Spinalonga or explore the archaeological museum, which traces Crete's ancient past through remarkable artifacts. Nearby beaches like Almiros in Amudi offer soft sands and clear waters, ideal for hours of sunbathing and effortless swimming. Along the harbor, lively markets, boutique shops, and waterfront eateries create a vibrant rhythm that blends island simplicity with modern charm. With its seamless fusion of natural beauty, deep heritage, and an inviting contemporary atmosphere, Agios Nikolaos stands as one of Crete's most unforgettable coastal destinations. Oya Village. At the northern rim of Santorini's caldera, Oya unfurls across the cliffs like a sculpture carved from sunlight. Whitewashed terraces, blue dome chapels, and volcanic stone rising above the Aegean's endless blue. Its labyrinth of narrow pathways and cycladic facades reveals a village shaped by seafarers, with elegant captains' mansions and cave houses carved deep into the rock for protection and coolness. Centuries of maritime prosperity still linger in its architecture, giving Oya an identity that blends simplicity with understated grandeur. Bathed in a gentle Mediterranean climate, the village glows through every season: soft winter breezes, radiant summer skies, and crystalline light that defines each hour differently. As the sun begins its descent, the sky fractures into golds, corals, and violets, turning the cliffs into a natural amphitheater for one of the world's most celebrated sunsets. Along its pathways, boutique ateliers, cliffside cafes, and intimate galleries bring a modern pulse, adding texture to Oya's traditional charm. Below the village, a moody bay invites travelers with crimson cliffs, transparent waters, and seafood tavernas that capture the island's coastal spirit. And in the quiet moments, at dawn above the rooftops or late afternoon along the caldera edge, Oya reveals a beauty that feels both ancient and astonishingly fresh, leaving every visitor with a sense of having witnessed something rare. Fira town. Perched dramatically along Santorini's towering caldera rim, Fira commands a front-row view of the Aegean, an amphitheater of sea, sky, and ancient volcanic power. Here, sunsets unfold like slow-burning brushstrokes, washing the cliffs in layers of rose, apricot, and molten gold. The town's maze of whitewashed terraces, sapphire dome chapels, and cliffside pathways blends cyclic purity with the lively rhythm of cafes, ateliers, and contemporary galleries. Beneath its beauty lies a layered past shaped by Byzantine resilience and Venetian influence. Visible in frescoed interiors, fortified corners, and age-old customs that still animate local life. A benevolent Mediterranean climate carries the island through glowing summers and soft winters, making Fira a welcoming presence through every season. Travelers can follow the legendary hiking trail to Oia, descend by cable car to the old port, or uncover Santorini's buried narratives at the Archaeological Museum. As night settles, the town transforms. Rooftop lounges shimmer above the caldera, tavernas hum with conversation, and the island's pulse grows warmer. In Fira, the energy of modern Santorini meets the mystique of its volcanic heart, leaving visitors with moments that feel both vibrant and timeless. Chora village. Balanced on a dramatic cliff edge high above the Aegean, Chora village on Folegandros greets travelers like a mirage carved from light and stone. Its heart is the medieval Castro, a Venetian stronghold whose weathered walls still guard stories of sailors, storms, and ancient pilgrimages. Clusters of whitewashed homes cling to the rock, their terraces blooming with bougainvillea that softens the stark Cycladic geometry. Here, tradition breathes through every doorway, quiet squares, hand-painted chapels, and alleyways shaped by centuries of island life. The Mediterranean climate wraps the village in sun-bathed summers and calm, contemplative winters, making the landscape feel timeless in any season. Wandering upward toward the hilltop church of Panagia, visitors find sweeping views that seem to dissolve the boundary between land and sea. When twilight arrives, tavernas glow like lanterns, filling the air with local aromas and the gentle pulse of island evenings. Chora lingers in memory as a place where cliffside drama, cultural depth, and serene Greek beauty intertwine with effortless grace. Apollonia village. Sitting at the very spine of Sifnos, Apollonia village anchors the island's geography, positioned where ancient routes once crossed the heart of the Cyclades. Its whitewashed homes, wandering stone paths, and blue-domed chapels quietly reveal a cultural legacy shaped by seafarers, artisans, and centuries of devotion. Named after Apollo, the village carries a storied past that merges Cycladic purity with Venetian influence and Byzantine spiritual depth. The Mediterranean climate softens its landscape, gifting Apollonia luminous summers and gentle, rain-fed winters that nourish the island's terraced hills. Days unfold through artisan workshops and Sifnos' celebrated cuisine, while nights spill into the atmospheric Steno, where music and lantern light animate the narrow lane. Blending heritage with a refined yet understated vibrancy, Apollonia stands apart as the island's living crossroads, framing both intimate alleyways and sweeping horizons over the Aegean Sea. Hydra Town. Hydra Town rises in quiet harmony along the Saronic Gulf, its harbor curving like a natural stage where sea light, stone walls, and timeless rituals meet. From this serene setting emerged one of Greece's greatest maritime strongholds, a place whose fleets and captains became pivotal figures in the War of Independence. The island's refusal to embrace motor vehicles has preserved a rare silence, broken only by hoofbeats, soft winds, and the echo of footsteps along centuries-old cobblestone lanes. Stone mansions with Ottoman proportions and Venetian influences form an architectural tapestry that feels both regal and intimately human. A gentle Mediterranean climate warms the island, carrying long summers scented with salt and pine, followed by winters that soften the landscape without dimming its charm. Visitors trace historic footpaths, wander into hushed museums, or drift through narrow alleys on donkeyback, moving through scenes that seem suspended outside of time. Hydra's tranquil energy has long drawn painters, writers, and musicians, turning the town into a quiet sanctuary where creativity deepens in the glow of the Aegean light. And when the evening settles over the harbor, Hydra reveals its true character, a fusion of memory and presence, where every shadow, stone, and shoreline feels shaped by history and held by something quietly extraordinary. Chania town. Chania town stretches along Crete's northwest coast like a living tapestry, where the white mountains descend toward a shimmering Aegean, and geography itself seems to guide the rhythm of the town. A former Cretan capital shaped by empires and eras, Chania embodies a rare historical synthesis, Hellenic foundations interwoven with Venetian refinement and the shadowed elegance of Ottoman influence. Its old Venetian harbor remains the town's beating heart, a luminous crescent of waterfront houses anchored by a steadfast 16th century lighthouse, standing as both landmark and maritime memory. Threaded through the old town are intimate passageways that open into concealed courtyards, open-air markets, and tavernas where Cretan flavors are expressed with rustic honesty and centuries-old pride. A distinctly Mediterranean climate envelopes the region, bringing summers of piercing light and heat, followed by winters that arrive softly, washing the stone architecture in cool breezes and gentle rain. From the dramatic depths of the Samaria Gorge to serene beaches and archaeological sites steeped in myth, the surroundings of Chania offer a landscape as varied as its past. When night unfurls, the town shifts into a more poetic register. Harbor lights shimmer on the water, rooftop bars fill with warm murmurs, and the sky fades through colors that seem painted for this coastline alone. Poised between antiquity and contemporary charm, Chania town reveals itself as a place where culture, landscape, and lived history converge into an experience that lingers long after departure. Poros town. Only an hour from Athens, Poros town rises gracefully along the Saronic Gulf. Its amphitheater-like hills and glittering shoreline forming an island scene that feels both intimate and cinematic. The harbor greets visitors with a vibrant sweep of neoclassical buildings, bustling promenades, and the iconic clock tower, a sentinel of stone that has watched over sailors for generations. Steeped in antiquity, Poros once held strategic importance and later evolved into a gentle refuge for poets, novelists, and painters drawn to its luminous atmosphere. Its identity is inseparable from the sea, shaped by a deep-rooted naval heritage and centuries of shipbuilding that forged both livelihood and local pride. A mellow Mediterranean climate envelops the island, casting summers in golden warmth and bringing winters softened by rain, pine scents, and slow coastal breezes. Travelers journey between sandy beaches, hidden coves, and forested slopes, or climb toward the serene monastery of Zudochos Pigi to take in sweeping views of land and sea. With calm, emerald waters carving gentle lines around the island, Poros has become a beloved haven for sailing, kayaking, and quiet exploration by boat. And in its winding lanes or over a plate of seafood beside the waterfront, Poros town reveals its charm, an elegant convergence of nature, history, and the slow, soulful rhythm of Greek island life. Assos Village. Assos Village rests along the northwest coast of Apollonia like a delicate crescent, framed by emerald hills and the luminous blues of the Ionian Sea that shift with every hour of sunlight. Above the village, the remnants of the 16th century Venetian Assos castle watch over the bay, a silent monument to centuries of maritime rivalry, sieges, and island fortitude. Along the waterfront, pastel facades, serpentine stone paths, and intimate tavernas create a scene that feels both painterly and authentically Greek, grounded in daily rituals and coastal traditions. A gentle Mediterranean climate shapes the rhythm of life here, with summers bright and warm, and winters softened by the scent of rain drifting from the surrounding pine-covered slopes. Visitors wander to the small but exquisitely clear Assos beach, hike toward the castle ruins, or follow coastal paths that offer breathtaking views of cliffs descending into turquoise depths. The tranquil waters invite slow exploration. Swimming, kayaking, and photography all flourish in a landscape where the sea appears almost unreal in its clarity. Unlike the island's busier resorts, Assos preserves a rare serenity, offering space to breathe, reflect, and connect with an older, quieter Kefalonia. A hidden treasure in every sense, Assos welcomes travelers seeking history, nature, or a restful escape, promising moments that feel untouched, unhurried, and undeniably unforgettable. Corfu town. Positioned on the northwest edge of the Ionian Sea, Corfu town unfolds across a series of natural headlands and hidden bays, its geography creating an island capital that feels both majestic and intimately connected to the water. The UNESCO-listed Old Town stands as a rare architectural palimpsest. Venetian palazzi, French arcades, and British neoclassical elements layered together into a labyrinth that reflects centuries of shifting power. Across its vibrant squares and bustling marketplaces, Corfu blends aristocratic grace with a spirited local rhythm, creating an atmosphere where history breathes through every conversation and doorway. Warm Mediterranean seasons shape the town's character, casting summers in brilliant light, while winters bring gentle rains that deepen the colors of its stone alleys and lush esplanades. Landmarks inspired by Parisian elegance, like the sweeping Spianata, the refined Liston Promenade, and the mighty old fortress, invite visitors on a journey through Europe's intertwined cultural past. Just beyond the historic quarter, tranquil beaches with crystal-clear waters offer a softer counterpoint to the city's energy, while the waterfront remains a perfect route for sunset strolls. Corfu's legendary Easter traditions transform the town each spring, filling the streets with solemn processions, brass bands, and rituals found nowhere else in Greece. A captivating blend of maritime strength, multicultural heritage, and island beauty, Corfu town stands apart as a place where every path, plaza, and horizon tells a richer, deeper story. Ermioni town. Situated on a narrow peninsula that stretches into the shimmering Argolic Gulf, Ermioni town embraces the sea from nearly every direction, creating a coastal landscape that feels both protected and dramatically open. Its history runs deep. Once a significant naval and trading center in antiquity, Ermioni contributed to Greece's maritime legacy, leaving behind echoes of classical power in its ruins and ancient port routes. Whitewashed houses, bustling harbors, and pine-blanketed hillsides now shape a town where traditional Greek charm blends effortlessly with contemporary island-style living. The Mediterranean climate casts Ermioni in warm, golden summers and gentle, rain-washed winters, making the destination inviting no matter the season. Travelers set sail for nearby islands like Hydra and Spetses, wander through historical sites that reveal the town's layered past, or stroll along the picturesque Monemvasia waterfront where the sea meets stone in quiet harmony. Celebrated for its warm hospitality, spirited festivals, and fresh seafood drawn straight from the Gulf, Ermioni offers an intimate encounter with everyday Greek culture. Far from crowded resort paths, this coastal treasure delivers a uniquely genuine experience, ideal for those seeking both tranquility and discovery along one of the Peloponnese's most enchanting shorelines. Naxos town. Naxos town rises gracefully from a natural harbor in the central Aegean, its whitewashed terraces climbing toward the sky, while the island's rugged mountains frame the coastline in dramatic silhouette. Standing at the entrance to the town, the monumental Portara, an ancient marble gateway poised above the sea, captures centuries of myth, marking Naxos as a place where the line between legend and history feels remarkably thin. Beyond the shoreline, a maze of medieval alleys twists through Venetian mansions, hidden courtyards, and sunlit passages that reveal the island's long tradition of nobility and maritime power. Mild Mediterranean seasons shape daily life here, filling summers with sharp, golden light and winters with a gentle warmth that keeps the streets alive year-round. Along the waterfront, the rhythm of modern island living emerges, cafes spilling onto promenades, tavernas serving age-old recipes, and small boutiques showcasing the artistry Naxos has preserved for generations. From the heights of the 13th century Castro to the quiet stretch of beaches surrounding the town, visitors are met with a world where ancient stone and crystalline waters coexist effortlessly. Travelers with a taste for adventure find mountain trails, windswept bays, and panoramic routes that reveal an island far wilder and more varied than its tranquil harbor suggests. Rooted in myth yet undeniably alive with contemporary energy, Naxos Town offers a rare blend of depth, beauty, and cultural richness, an experience that lingers long after the journey ends.